My name is Michael Law, and I have lived in Idaho for 47 years, just a couple of years outside of Idaho. The district and seat that I am running for is House District 23A. My main reason for running for office is simply with so many years of government intrusion into the lives of citizens, and particularly in the last couple of years, we have witnessed uh, too much government, too many intrusions, and I want to roll back government to its proper role and its proper sphere of influence. From the House, the way that I can help to roll things back, one way is to, especially with the legislative branch, where its purpose is to make laws and not to abdicate those laws to any rulemaking authority, such as bureaucracies and various agencies that are in the executive branch. We'll seek to make sure that no rules are made except by the legislature, and won't agree to any rules that are made unless it's by the legislature. And that is one way that we can do that. And if we roll back those agencies to keep them from and prohibit them from making any rules, then the legislature can be in full control of the lawmaking and rulemaking authority. The experiences that I have that will help me in office, one is I was on the school board in CUNA, and I really was able to see exactly the types of budgeting, the types of in a lot of ways bureaucratic nonsense that happens within each of these bureaucracies, each of these taxing districts. And with that, and then my own personal development with schooling, both with my bachelor's degree and political science degree with a master's, I have really learned exactly how government is supposed to work, as well as private industry experience that I have working as a project manager and various other management positions. I think I can manage the needs of the people as well as the needs of the state. Well, government is the problem. The greatest issues that I think that Idahoans face, especially today, is taxes. We have in grocery sales taxes, we have regular sales taxes, we have income taxes, we have property taxes, we have vehicle licensing fees, and the list goes on and on. And so it is one of my goals is to drastically reduce those taxes, and with that is the spending of government. So government continues to spend despite the inflationary issues that citizens have to deal with, and not having as much money to pay for their livelihood, but yet government still requires citizens to pay. And there's no need for government to continue to grow, even without this excess inflation, but there is no need for government to grow with this inflation in particular, and to return only breadcrumbs back to the people. That is just nonsense. We should be, and I will work to lessen the burden of government in those taxes, and that and along with that has to come cuts in spending, not just holding the line, but actually reducing the size of government. If there is one thing that I could change within government that has occurred, and that would be just to keep the individual legislative, executive, and judicial branches within their sphere of government. So the executive branch would not be making mandates or making any rules within their agencies that affect the lives of people that have the force of law. Only the legislative branch would be doing that, and the executive would be stuck with only executing the law. And I would say that the thing that I would want the voters to know about me is that I am a strict constitutionalist. I have studied the founding fathers and their ideas. I've even written a book called The Founders Revolution, which discusses the history and principles of the Declaration of Independence as much as I possibly could from the founders' point of view. If we do not focus on those founders and those founding principles, then which is our foundation of government, then the whole house will crumble. So I urge people and to vote for me simply because that is my focus, is on those founding principles and on those founders and their ideas. And if we focus on that foundation, it will keep the house from crumbling. And so you want somebody who is a strict constitutionalist, who knows the founding documents and those founders themselves, and will adhere to those principles. George Washington said, "The Constitution is the guide that I will never abandon," and that is my stance too.